He swept floors. He emptied trash cans. Most people never even looked him in the eye. But that all changed on a live broadcast watched by over 2 million people. Because in just one unexpected moment, Ibrahim Traoré did something so powerful, so jaw-dropping it left the studio in absolute silence. And the janitor, he walked off that set a hero. What exactly happened that day? And why are people still talking about this moment across West Africa, Europe, and even the United States? Stick around, because the twist in this story will shock you. The Invisible Man. He went by Adama, a quiet 58-year-old janitor who worked long shifts at the national broadcaster in Ouagadougou. For 12 years, he pushed the same creaky cart, mopped the same floors, wore the same faded blue uniform. People passed him daily, producers, politicians, celebrities, barely nodding. "He's just the janitor," they'd say. But Adama wasn't just anything. He had a military past, a photographic memory, and a secret respect for discipline and leadership. What no one knew was that he quietly watched every interview, every debate, every press conference from the shadows, absorbing every word. And one day, fate put him in the right place, at the right time. The broadcast. It was meant to be a routine political interview. Ibrahim Traoré had been invited to discuss national security reforms, but tensions were already high. A controversial French journalist, famous for his sharp tongue, had flown in to challenge Traoré live on air. What he didn't expect was resistance. 15 minutes in, the journalist interrupted Traoré, raised his voice, and snapped, "Your military looks more like a parade team than a defense force." The audience gasped. Producers froze. And that's when the mic cut out. Everyone turned toward the tech booth, but Adama was already on the set, not to fix the mic, but to stand right next to Traoré. The moment. People were confused. A janitor, on live TV. But Traoré didn't flinch. Instead, he looked at Adama, smiled, and said, "Tell them what you told me yesterday." Adama hesitated, then stepped up to the microphone, and what he said stunned the room. "I served in the army during the border conflicts of 1996. I've seen young men die defending this soil. Our military is not decoration, it's duty. And every soldier out there would die for this country, even if you mock them in a suit from Paris." You could hear a pin drop. The journalist's expression melted. The host tried to cut to commercial, but it was too late. The moment had gone viral, over 4.3 million views in just 2 days. The aftermath. Social media exploded. The janitor who spoke truth. Traoré's most powerful interview. Hero in a blue uniform. Adama was promoted within a week, not out of pity, but in recognition of his dignity, discipline, and wisdom. Traoré later shared in a follow-up that Adama had written handwritten notes about national defense that he would quietly leave. Near the control room, ideas Traoré actually read. And remember the French journalist? He later issued a public apology on international airwaves. The incident shifted something. In Traoré's words, "No one is invisible in a country built on sacrifice." Final reflection. This wasn't just a viral TV moment. It was a reminder that greatness doesn't always wear a title. Sometimes the most powerful voices are the ones we ignore daily. And sometimes a broom can hold more honor than a microphone. So the next time you pass someone who seems invisible, remember, heroes aren't always on the stage. Sometimes they're sweeping it.